Hello YouTube family, my name's Kyle White. I'm a doctor of physical therapy. We're going to jump right into this workout, but first let's talk about who this video is for and what we're trying to accomplish with this video. As the title alludes to, this video is going to be for the average Joe, somebody who's working out, who wants to get fit. Maybe you're a beginner or maybe you're pretty advanced in your workout journey. You can still benefit from this video, but we are targeting more of that average Joe audience. If you're like me, you've got a wife, you've got a kid, you've got a job that you care about, I'm happy to make it to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. And so when I do go, I want to get a lot out of it. I want to get a lot of bang for my buck. I want to get in, accomplish a lot, and get out. And so that's what this workout's going to be for. We're going to hit a lot of major muscle groups. We're going to have a scientific approach to this workout. I'm a physical therapist. I like to do safe, functional exercises that target specific muscle groups. And then we're also going to go after those more aesthetically pleasing muscle groups, the chest, the glutes, the abs. We're going to hit all of those. We're going to do so in an effective manner. And with that, it is going to be a follow along video workout. I'm going to be using a timer for myself. We're going to do 30 seconds for each set. We're going to go through each exercise. I'm going to explain them and what they're for and what we're trying to target and what we're trying to get out of the exercise with each one. So we'll jump right in. Alright guys, to get started, we're just going to do a little bit of a dynamic exercise. This can be anything you want it to be. I'm struggling with my jump rope here. Love jump rope. Gets the shoulders warm, gets the core warm, gets the lower body warm. It's also a dynamic exercise. If you don't have a jump rope, that's fine. Pick you out a line on the floor, jump in front to back. Can also jump side to side. Anything we can do just to get the blood pumping, get the blood moving where we need it to be. Can also run in place, always a good option. Again, we're trying to do this without any equipment, so anything you find that you like. First exercise is going to be a 1.5 bottom squat. We're going to go all the way down, we're going to come halfway up, then right back down. This squat focuses on the strengthening in the bottom phase of the squat. If you're having trouble with your squat depth, check out my other video on squat hip mobility for squat depth and also ankle mobility for squat depth. Great, fine. We're going to hit this for 30 seconds and then we're going to move on into our next leg exercise. Our next exercise is going to be an RDL. Notice how I'm coming with my opposite arm to my stance leg. Right now we got our left leg as our stance leg. Love this exercise. Single leg balance. Whoop, whoop. Losing our balance. And then we're going to focus on our posterior chain with this exercise. Great for the hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. If the RDL itself is not challenging enough, I'm doing a heel touch right now. Notice how you get the forward trunk lean with this exercise. Then we're ready to swap legs. The forward trunk lean allows for a glute hamstring bias. Just that little bit of lean takes the focus off the quads and more of a bias toward the glutes. A great strategy to keep in mind for all of your exercises. Alright, and then we're going to keep going with this. And then we're going to shift here in a moment back to the heel touch. Really like this exercise. Just started doing it recently. And we're going to get to the end of our 30 seconds. We're going to keep it moving, rolling right into the next exercise here in just a moment. For our next exercise, we're going to do a mean one. We're going to find a slick surface and we're going to keep our socks on. We're going to bridge up and then we're going to let our heels slide out and curl back under us. We call this the bridge curl up. Very challenging hamstring exercise. This is why warming up is so important. We don't want to catch a cramp while we do this exercise. Try to get as many as you can within that 30-second window. Could be challenging. But next we're going to do another posterior chain biased exercise, which is the elevated trunk bridge. I'm doing double leg here. If this isn't difficult enough for you, you can always go single leg. Notice how I've got the foam on the side of the elevated surface. Kind of helps with the pivot of this exercise. I'm testing out both sides here. Try to get as many as you can in that 30 seconds. Good glute exercise. Kick that leg out. It's going to make your opposite leg hip work increase. Alright, and so for our next exercise, we're going to do a pistol squat. We're going to start on an elevated surface. Woo, single leg balance, always crucial. We're going to do as many single leg exercises as we can. We want to make sure we don't have any discrepancies from right to left. Asymmetries are always going to be there, but if we can, we want to be as equal as possible on both sides. Now I kind of swapped over to my right a little bit early on that one, but now we're going to officially swap over. We've got our 30 seconds down, swap to the other leg. As always, if the exercise is too easy, lower the surface. Get to where you don't need a surface at all. I moved my foam out, make it a little harder. As you see, I flopped down that time. It's okay if you don't have the strength to control that lowering. Eccentric contractions are great for patellar tendon strength. Can actually help with knee pain by rearranging those collagen fibers. Great exercise to work in there. Alright guys, the moment you've been waiting on, we're getting into some upper body exercises. The good old-fashioned push-up. A great exercise that everybody knows about, but it is a great exercise. We get a lot of bang for our buck here. Challenge you to add a little bit to it at the top. Shift your weight over to one arm and get a little more squeeze out of your stance arm. This helps with the adduction that you want to get out of your chest exercise, or pecs, or major adductors. Anything cross-plane, cross-axis, it's going to challenge it more so. Next up, we have the plank, rotate, and halt. And we're going to, some people call these grave robbers. I come down, and then I stop the coming down, and we're going to work that core. We're also getting some little shoulder stability with that. If we want to add to that exercise, we can grab a medicine ball, 12-pound medicine ball, increases the difficulty significantly. Come down and I control the stop. It's like we're throwing the ball down into the floor, swapping sides, and then we stop that fall. You can really feel that in your core. We want to incorporate as many rotational activities as we can into our workouts. It really helps with overall trunk stability. If you don't take anything from this video, add this exercise to your routine. Great core exercise. Good for shoulder stability, like I said, and also core strength. Alright, next on our list, we've got the good old tricep extension. Not a push-up. We need to come out a little further. There we go. And a good tricep extension. What you don't know is that you're also getting a little bit of lat with this. Triceps and lats work concurrently with most movements. We're going to try to get as many as we can with 30. The deeper your surface is, the closer to the ground your surface is, the harder it's going to be for this exercise. Alright, we had to get a little creative with this one. This is going to be an inverted row. Find a broomstick or dowel or anything that you have that can work, 2 chairs, and then we're going to do some inverted rows, working those upper back muscles. I would like the surface to be a little more elevated here. It is a shortened movement that I'm doing here, but nonetheless still effective for training these muscles and getting strength. If you do need a little help with this one, if that's too difficult, we can place our bottom on the floor and then perform the exercise. Moving right on, 30 seconds is up. We're going to do a prone swimmer's exercise here. We're doing rotations here. This is a great scapular stability, shoulder stability exercise. We're firing all those scapular stabilizer muscles along with the big back muscles that a lot of people think about. The lower trap is activated here, which is often a weak muscle but has a big role in that scapular stability. We definitely want to train that. Alright, and then we'll move right on into another ab exercise. We're doing our plank marches, but then notice at the top, I'm getting a little more flexion at my lumbar spine. I'm driving my knee up into my stomach. This allows for a little more lumbar flexion. And this allows for more upper and lower ab activation. If you really focus on that squeeze, you can get a lot out of this exercise. After that, I want you to move right on in. We're going to end with a plank burnout. We're going to do 3-way plank here. Right now we're doing just your basic plank, but we're adding in a little rotation, making it a little more difficult. Like I said, we want to add as much rotation to our exercises as possible. Now, once we get finished with these, we're going to move on into another exercise that I kind of struggle with, and it's going to be the side plank. Here we go, timer's up. Side plank is a pretty tough exercise, great for training that transverse abdominis. Forearm on the floor. This would be the advanced version of this exercise. Our hips are off the ground, our thighs off the ground. We're firing that transverse abdominis. If this is too difficult, no shame in dropping to the floor, letting our knees bend and letting that thigh rest. We're still working that transverse abdominis. It just makes it a little bit easier. Start a lot of my patients off with this version of the exercise. Alright, 30 seconds is up. We're going to swap around. We're going to do the other side. I encourage you to push yourself here. I was struggling here. You can notice my hips are barely off the floor. You might even argue with me and say that they're not off the floor. That's fine. But I struggled. I pushed myself. Really wanted to make it to the end of this 30-second marker. You could argue that I have some weakness in that transverse abdominis. I'll keep that in mind. Alright, 30 seconds is up now. Let's see what this goober has to say. Alright guys, hope you liked the video. That's going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed the voiceover with the workout. I didn't want my talking to delay your gains and you flowing through this exercise. It's important not to take breaks, to push ourselves. And we also want to, push our sets and our reps or duration of the exercise. If you want to do 3 sets of this exercise, that's great. Maybe next time you can do 4. If 30 seconds isn't enough, maybe we move up to 45 seconds, then a minute for each exercise, and we keep doing the same number of sets. Push yourself within your own limits. Like I said, we want to have a scientific approach to the way we work out. Each exercise needs to have a purpose. We need to have a goal in mind. We need to be building that muscle to brain connection, and that's going to be the best way to reach our goals. We don't have a lot of time just to work out twice a day and and that be our main priority. We have other priorities. We have kids, we have a job. So we need to have a purpose when we're there. We need to get in, get out, and get it done. If you haven't already, guys, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you. Going to do some more of these workouts in the future, coming soon. We got a lot of great stuff on the channel, so go ahead and hit the like button if you like this video, if you like the workout. Drop a comment. Tell me how many reps you got with each exercise. Tell me how many sets of the workout you got. I'd like to see, how many some people are able to do. I don't feel like I could do more than 3 without being pretty gassed, and some people may be able to do 6. I'd like to know. So drop that feedback. We'd love to have you back. Join us next time.